I'm running a lot later than planned today. It is Sunday the 16th of July. I didn't get out here till almost 9 o'clock, and it's almost 25 after 10 now. But the good news is that I went through with the hose with the little spray attachment on it so I didn't spray everywhere and flood everything and waste water. Anyway, went through and watered everything. The mortgage lifter tomatoes, which are over on the other end of the garden, did not look happy. Well, a couple in particular looked very unhappy. Oh, and Shiloh has not come in here this whole time, and now he hears me recording, and he's deciding to come in here. Anyway, here's a Cherokee purple tomato. Yes, they do not turn really red. Oh, and a friend of mine has explained to me that the reason these blossoms keep turning brown and wilting instead of producing tomatoes, that's about half the blossoms, at least half the blossoms have done that. She said it's from high humidity. Well, duh, it's Durham, North Carolina, and we have humidity in the summertime, so that makes sense in a way. But on the other hand, it doesn't make sense. Why should it matter with a plant that's used to hotter weather? But who knows? Anyway, so everything's watered here. The poblano peppers are coming along. I need to clear some more grass here, obviously, but it's in pretty good shape right now. This is one of the second batch that I had a plant. I had a couple plants up at the house, and I am not happy because something came along and chomped it right off. Now, I went ahead and watered it because I'm hoping that it will produce more leaves, but I'm suspecting that since it was chomped down below the leaf line, that it's a goner. I went ahead and watered it anyway. The others are looking okay. Obviously, they've had so many setbacks that I have 0 peppers, 0 blooms on these plants because they've been nipped back so many times by critters. But today I see no new damage. So it's been a few days on that, thankfully. And even more thankfully, I did not see any new damage on the cantaloupe. Like I said, everything got a good watering. And this thing is part of the second batch that I planted. And it is really, obviously, a very happy plant. It also did not get chewed on by anything. But you can see this is the main branch here to start off. And then we have 2 little branches that came off to the side with lots of beautiful new growth. The healthiest of the 3 original ones is looking happy. Nothing has chewed on it. And it's got a branch coming off here, coming off there. And then down here, I had to weed some this morning because this one is heading off that way. And then I've got another one here that's branched off. It's gonna head off that way. So this is a happy plant right now, and I'm hoping it stays that way. The other 2 original plants are very unhappy. I don't know if this one's going to make it or not. I gave it a good watering anyway. It has a little bit of new growth there. So I'm hoping that maybe it'll still pull through and start catching up. The other one is over here. It doesn't look so great either, but I guess it's got some new growth here. And one thing I am concerned about, though, is the stem here looks, oh, where was it? kind of yellowish. Or was that the other one? Heck, I'm losing track now, but they both look unhappy. The latest ones to get nipped off, that was a few days ago. And I see, looks like new growth coming in right in there. So that's going to pull through, I think. This one is not showing signs of new growth yet, but who knows? Like I said, I gave it all good waterings. This one's doing nicely. I've had it caged off. I don't remember if this one got chewed on or not, but it's not growing as fast as some of the others. This one got nipped off, but it's bigger than that previous one. This one, I don't think this one got chewed on. No, it didn't. But it's pretty happy and spreading out. So, and this one's very happy. So, I'm hoping, as late a start as everything got, and then it got set back even further by critter chewing, that I might actually get something out of there. The mortgage lifter tomatoes, as I said, a couple of them look very unhappy. Well, this one looks happier than it did. This one still looks very unhappy. But they all got a good watering. And the same friend who explained to me what was going on with the Cherokee purple tomatoes with the blooms has confirmed what I was thinking might be the problem. It is a fungus. We have a fungus among us. And there are organic products that I can get, and I think I will probably stop there at, I think Home Depot carries it. I was hoping Lowe's did, because that's on the way home. But Home Depot carries it, and I'll be stopping there. Meanwhile, the mortgage lifters are producing some tomatoes, and I'm hoping that these are going to be big ones that this variety is known for. The variety is known for producing 1-pound tomatoes. So we'll see what happens. And that better not be blossom end rot, because I have been giving, wait a second, I'm trying to get it in the screen, there it is. I've been giving these guys, no, I think that's just where the blossom fell off. I've been giving them bone meal, and that should prevent any issues with blossom end rot. But I'll be keeping an eye on that one. I have to double check. I think it's only supposed to be bone meal twice a year, but these guys want it, they'll get it. The cucumbers, I picked a few of them today. This one, a lot of them come out with really strange shapes. And usually, if it doesn't start out with a nice, even growth, for instance, this one over here, if it doesn't start out with a nice, even growth, then it kind of stays in that warped shape. So I'm going to give it till tomorrow. And I'm going to give this one till tomorrow also to see what it does. But it's still kind of small. We'll have to see what happens. See what this one does. And probably pick that one tomorrow. I actually picked a rather nice one over here. It's over in the basket now. That I did not realize was out here. Either that or I looked at it and I said, oh, I'll just pick it on Sunday. I looked at it Friday and said, oh, I'll pick it Sunday. Well, it's not overripe, but it is big. But I've got a bunch of nice ones in here coming along. The zucchini, zucchini got watered also, of course. And this one, what I might do, I've been advised that the stem can be buried and then cut this off where the damage is. However, I've actually got a zucchini forming there, and I don't want to cut the plant off yet. I might go ahead and put some more dirt up in there. I'm not going to mess with it today because I got to get in. I've got that one zucchini there, and this other plant has one forming in it. Let's see here. It's still pretty small. Ouch. No, I've got two of them now. I've got this one here, and then I've got another one back here. I'm trying to see where, there it is, right there. All that I need is for these blooms to open and get pollinated, and I will have zucchini. But once again, I've got squash vine borers, and it's very close to the bottom of the plant, so I don't think I can do the same thing with this that I'm going to do with the other. Speaking of which, this one is the one that had a lot of damage on it, and it sent up a new sprout right here closer to the base. So I took the rest of it and lopped it off and got it on out of here because it was all eaten up. But this new growth looks very nice. And then I had one that was stunted over here. I wasn't going to do anything, and it was getting eaten up. So I pulled it out, and I planted a new seed here, and cute little snail there. Just keep going, snail. So I planted that one, and then over here, there's one that never made it. So I cleared this area and planted another seed there. So we'll see what happens with those. And I see I've been babbling on for over 12 minutes. Haven't even talked about the sweet peppers. The Jimmy Nardellos are looking good. There's really no change here. The one that got chomped off at the top has new growth. So I'm happy about that. It's got new growth on the sides. Of course, new growth means potential peppers. This one's looking good. The one in the middle is probably the happiest of them all. Let me take a look here. This pepper, that looked bad anyway. Little bitty thing. And it didn't look like it was going to make it, so I was going to pick it off anyway, and it just fell off. But anyway, that's got some nice ones on it. And this one is lagging behind the others, but it looks like it's getting ready to produce some. You see some blooms up at the top there, near the top. So anyway, that's starting to produce. So essentially, the garden is moderately happy. And it's my fault for not getting things planted sooner. But, oh, here are the cucumbers. This is the one I was talking about. Right here. I could have picked that yesterday. Of course, yesterday was Shabbat, so that's not going to happen, but it's still not overripe, so that's good. And this looks like it's starting to perk up now. It's been about 45 minutes since it got watered. That one's perked up a lot. All right, I got to get going and get some breakfast. I've recorded CBS Sunday Morning. I love that show, so I'll be watching that. Heading on out. Y'all have a great day.